Well, good evening, everyone. It's about 10:30 here in Toronto, which is looking at my other radio over here. Just after 2:30 UTC. I've done something I haven't done for a while, which is do a scan with the PL330. I've mainly been using this Hanjin 909 ATM 909X2 recently, but this is thought I'd pull the Tecsun out just for fun, and I have it connected to the MLA 30 plus antenna, which I've just managed to loosen the plug on. There we go. You can see the LED is on the bottom, which tells you that it's working. Well, you can tell instantly. This cable I'm using with it is not ideal. So let's see what we got. We've got quite a lot of stuff coming in now. Well, I'm not sure what that is. So I'm thinking that this is mostly FM breakthrough, which okay, and now we're probably into something real. That's the Canadian time signal. This, I think, is one of the American stations. I've not opened Shortwave info up yet, so I will look it up. Yeah, that's WWCR, as I expected. This is the Canadian time signal from Ottawa, coming in nice and strong here in Toronto.
At least 75 Soros-backed social justice prosecutors. These 75 prosecutors represent more than
again WWCR.
More than 20.
American time signal from Colorado.
Package deals. I mean, it's all up here. It's too numerous to mention. He's got radios. Of course, he carries Elenco, Kenwood, Icon, Yaesu, MFJ. He's got all
This is WTWW.
They got the best prices. There's just no way you can beat them. The main trading company, especially if you're west of the Mississippi, Paris, Texas, you need to buy.
This is probably relevant to some of our interests when they have the ham shows on.
Company for U.S. shipping on.
This is probably WRMI.
À galvaniser ses supporters. Le président brésilien y croit plus que jamais et n'a pas manqué de tacler les instituts de sondage.
Yeah, this is also from WRMI.
Nous allons de l'avant. Tout est remis à égalité maintenant. Nous allons encore mieux montrer ce que l'on peut faire pour le.
I'm not sure what what I'm seeing at the current schedule is VORW Radio International. I don't know if that's correct.
Represents the false religious spirit, the Christian Judeo spirit. Israel refuses to believe that Jesus was the Savior. And that's the reason it has become an
This is probably once again WWCR.
First time as a Savior.
Than most people are, and for the small percentage of time that I may be in error, I don't really know that justifies you picking.
This is once again WWCR. Yeah, this is WRMI. As you can hear, it's a pretty good night. This is Radio Havana, Cuba.
Attacking Cuba because they care about poverty and repression. They economically strangle and attack Cuba because if socialism were allowed to succeed,
And this should be Radio Marty.
La expresidenta de
Just double check here. Yes, that's what it is. There's a signal there. This is also Radio Habana from Cuba. This is, of course, one of our favorites here in Toronto. This is CFRX, which is broadcast, maybe 75 kilometers north of me, something like that. Is a medium wave station in Toronto as well. This is broadcast towards northern Ontario, and it's not very powerful. I don't remember what it is, but it's a fun catch if you can in the U.S. Yes, this is NKH World from Japan, but actually rebroadcast out of Issoudun in France. This is, as I've remarked before, a very strong station for us here in Toronto, often.
You get $3,500 a week in Vegas.
And this is, WBCQ. I'm not sure which program they have on currently. So this is Radio Nacional de Amazonia from Brazil, most likely, at this time of night. This is a fairly common, at least in my experience, fairly common to get here in Toronto. It certainly sounds like them. So that's the most interesting thing we've heard so far tonight. Yeah, this is something that comes in more rarely. This is XEPPM Radio Educación from Mexico City. Not coming in well tonight. This is only hear this occasionally. But there's, for a moment, a little stronger. I'm not sure. Could be ham activity that was active enough that it got caught by the ATM scan. That does happen sometimes. Yeah, this is Radio Marte again. We should hear them again. One more step up.
Book of Revelation, they kill one another, and Stalin killed his own people. Stalin was given a great sword, kill one another. The military is the few that bear.
This is probably WBCQ from Monticello.
And they're going to be given a great sword. And the Bible says you
very good signal
by people
tonight.
That you know not their language.
Not making that out. Well, that's barely in there. Yeah, that would also be Monticello, WBCQ. Last Chance Ministry.
Después con el pasar de los minutos, con varias dotaciones de bomberos lograron extinguir el incendio. Eso, de cualquier manera,
This is WRMI,
una afección directa a Radio Tecsun, sino a las 5 radios nomás.
I believe.
Obligaron a la migración de las radios hacia otro centro.
Anyway,
Radio Tecsun conjuntamente con...
De eso es lo que se trata, eso es lo que el régimen nunca ha querido que ocurra, pero se les coló.
Pero sí ha hecho el régimen todos los esfuerzos para aliarse con elementos y con compañías y con
so this
gobiernos
is
que son
Radio
igualmente
Republica. That
dictatoriales.
does sound an awful lot like what we were listening to before. Broadcast in Spanish out of Iseldown in France. And just like Japanese NHK station comes in extremely strongly here in Toronto.
Y no solamente la información como tal, sino la señal que permite conectarme con otros lugares para
Now, this probably, some people know what this is. This is 9580. This is a China Radio International broadcast out of Cuba. Chinese state broadcasts on this from a couple of locations, both within China and also rebroadcasts from Cuba. They do have some English programming on this sometimes, which can be interesting. I'm not sure what this is. So here we have possibly Radio Habana with Radio Romania in Spanish on top of it. Radio Habana is supposed to be broadcasting in English, at least according to Shortwave Info. So I think we're probably getting Radio Romania. I'm not sure what this is. This is... I think it's Radio Habana. I think the Shortwave Info information is possibly not up to date, which is not that unusual. I don't think this is coming from China, but they would be broadcasting in Spanish. Yeah, I'm not sure. That's quite possible. If so, you know, that's pretty decent. You know what? I think it is. There's a lot of atmospheric flutter in there. I think we might be getting China Radio International in Spanish from Kashi Sakpa, which is sort of in central China. Not really central, I mean Central Asia, I suppose. Fairly far south in that part of China towards the Indian border. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'd have to listen to it longer to be sure. But it certainly does sound farther away than Cuba does. And this is what is supposed to be on here at the moment, according to Shortwave Info. That, by distance, would be the best capture tonight. There is something there quite weak. Would be WRMI if it is. Yeah, there we go. Can we get the time signal? Now, I would expect that most of the stuff up here is fading out now. Oh, well, sometimes you get surprised. This is probably, yeah, this is Radio Habana again from Cuba. There's the US time signal again on 15 megahertz, coming in quite clearly. Don't know what that is. And there we are around again. So really, quite a bit came in through an ETM scan on the Tecsun. I'm looking at the timer on the camera. I've spent about 15 minutes flicking through this, listening to it and describing it to you and looking up anything that I wasn't sure of. Actually, I looked up everything this time just to make sure I didn't make any mistakes. So, and of course, this ETM scan on these newer Tecsuns is pretty quick. So, it took a couple of minutes. So, one of the nice things about that, and one of the nice things about using these radios as opposed to the Sangean that I usually use, is that this kind of scan does give you a quick look to see if there's something new, something you haven't heard, in a way that you know, when you're more targeted in your listening, you don't find. And so that's really the sort of the joy of the ETM scan on the Tecsuns, is that there's a certain amount of discovery on it, right? You discover signals that you didn't think you'd heard. Anyhow, I hope this is of interest to someone. I haven't done a lot. Well, I've been doing more band scans over the past week, but I haven't done one with a Tecsun for a long time, so I thought it was high time to take it off the shelf and have a go with it. And I think what I'm going to do now is see if I can go back to this. Well, I had it. And see if I can catch a station ID to be sure of what's going on. All right, have a good evening. Thanks for watching.